Last night, Donald Trump announced an unjust and unconstitutional federal funding freeze. And that means blocking the federal government from distributing tens of billions of dollars that Congress passed into law and sent that money to the American people. Trump is stopping that money from reaching the American people. He's breaking the law, and the American people are paying the price from critical funding for programs like Head Start, Meals on Wheels, that make sure everyone from our preschoolers to our seniors has what they need to get by. These programs are vital for ordinary families in our country. And it goes from disaster relief, funding for school lunches, helping to pay your heat bills, rental assistance, and just so much more. The consequences of Trump's federal funding freeze will be far-reaching, and it will be devastating, and it will affect the health of tens of millions of Americans in our country. Trump's federal funding freeze threatens veterans' health care access, food security benefits, small business loans, funding for firefighters, emergency preparedness, and the suicide hotline. Already, I am receiving calls from community health centers who cannot get the funds which they need. And this funding was sent by Congress to provide necessary services to our constituents. It is essential, and it has already been signed into law. He's not allowed to be a king. If the Trump administration claims the funding, quote, does not improve the day-to-day lives of those we serve, then there is just one question every American should be asking to the Republican administration. Who do you serve? Because it certainly isn't everyday Americans who will wake up tomorrow without the services that they rely upon every single day of the year. This isn't business as usual, and we have to stop acting like it. To start, I won't be supporting any Trump nominee who will only do his illegal bidding, and I'm urging all of my colleagues to join me. From day one, Donald Trump has been singularly committed to abandoning working people, their future, and our very democracy, all for the sake of wealth, all for the sake of power. Donald Trump isn't just ignoring his promise to lower costs for families and make our nation safer. He is inflicting harm on millions of Americans, taking away funding for critical, life-saving health research from cancer to Alzheimer's. The potential ramifications of Trump's federal funding freeze are absolutely endless because it's the entire federal budget. Trump is trying to bully the American people into submission by ignoring the law and taking away the services they need to get by. This is what dictators do. He wants us to forget what he stands for us to give up, either slowly or all at once. We will not give up. We will not give in. Whether it is racial justice, the rule of law, reproductive freedom, economic equality, immigrant and refugee rights, our LGBTQ community, universal health care, consumer protections, protecting clean air and water, holding the fat cats accountable for their greed and corruption. More than ever, we must be the fearless voice for a livable future. That is my pledge to you. It is time to be brave.